folks, Amy from Colorado Mountain Living. Wanted to give you an update on our driveway situation since last time. So I think it was about 6 weeks ago when we installed the gravel system for our driveway. That was using the geocell gridding on the slope of the driveway and then the gravel mix that we chose. So in order for that combination to work out, a few things have to happen. I mentioned this in previous videos. So you want to have everything graded, you want to have everything packed really tight, and you also want to have moisture. And that's the problem that we're facing right now. We don't have any moisture. So Brian spent a lot of time spreading the gravel, packing it down with a tractor, grading it. He actually did a regrading this week because we have not had a drop of moisture since that snowstorm. So a few videos back, we posted a video about getting a giant snowstorm and how that affected our driveway, how it really softened everything because we hadn't had a chance to wet it and pack it yet, right? So we had packed maybe where the tire tracks were, but we didn't really do a full compression of all of the gravel system since we had put it down. And since then, we've gotten more delivery of gravel and have finished the rest of the driveway, but it's been 3 weeks and we haven't had a drop of rain. So we haven't been able to fully compress our system and solidify it. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. So if you're looking down at the ground, it's all loose gravel, right? And it's powdery and easy to move around. This is not ideal. If you're driving around a lot on it, you're moving the gravel around and around. So what you really need is a full wetting of this entire gravel and then compression to really solidify it. And we haven't had that. The weather just has not provided that for us. I suppose you could use a hose, but that's a lot of water for a full driveway. And, a storm with 5 or 6 inches of rain could do the job easily, right? So, yeah, that's one of the things that we're facing because of the lack of rain. But let me update you more about the wildfire situation in Colorado. In fact, behind me right now, you can see this big cloud. That's not a cloud, folks. That is smoke rolling in. I might be able to get a better view from the deck, so let me take you out there. So you can see behind me this cloud system, right? That looks like it's just clouds in the sky, but I'm sure you can see kind of like the haziness of it, and it's kind of like brownish color. And so it's really smoke that's drifting over from one of the close by wildfires. So as we're speaking, as of today, there's one really large wildfire that's going on a couple hours north of us. It's over 120,000 acres. Its current state is the third biggest wildfire in Colorado history. It's very significant. There have been structural damages. I think over 50 structures have been destroyed. People have been evacuated. They're definitely keeping a close eye on it. The problem that we're having is the weather system. We have really dry conditions, we have really windy conditions, and it's been unseasonably warm. So it's just really fueling the perfect conditions for making wildfires worse. The other wildfire is actually pretty close to us. It's on the other side of the mountain range. It's called the Williams Fork Fire. It's over 12,000 acres. So it's a tenth of the size of the one up north, but it's producing a lot of smoke, which I think is what you're seeing here in the sky. So it's blowing over a lot of smoke right now because over the weekend and the dry conditions and really high gusty winds that we've had, it's really made that fire worse. So smoke, and it's spread, I think it was 500 acres it spread over the weekend. So we're keeping an eye on it, and it's just one of those things that we really know that rain would help if we could just get some moisture, some precipitation. Driveway is one thing, but having wildfire spread is another thing altogether. So definitely watching that as a concern. There's one more thing that we're having trouble with because of the lack of precipitation, and that's with some of the landscaping that we're trying to do, we're not able to plant any grass seed right now. So if you take a look along the retaining wall where Brian's done all this work with the rocks, it's all bare ground right now. We'd love to put down some seed, kind of, take care of that grass. Also along the driveway, we've kind of picked up some of that dirt as topsoil and moved it as backfill for the rock garden and around the retaining wall. It's all pretty much dry scraped, right? The surface has been scraped off, and it's all, bare exposed topsoil, and that needs to be reseeded as well. And I have a big bag of clover seed, but there's not an opportunity to plant it right now. It's 2 weeks out. Looking at the forecast, there's still no moisture. Probably the first moisture that we're going to get is going to be snow at this rate. But we're just waiting, guys. We're just waiting for rain. We just don't know what's going to happen if we don't get any. I mean, it's just going to continue to be dry. And the moose have been around eating all the aspen leaves, trying to get some nutrients that way. It's definitely that time of year to be working outside and keeping an eye on the moose at the same time. But that's sort of the update from us, guys. It's just a crazy time right now with all this drought. I guess you would call it a drought, lack of moisture, and kind of how that impacts, the day to day. You kind of count on it to a certain degree because you're thinking, oh, right, solidify the driveway, plant some seeds, and those are things that we can't complete at the moment because of Mother Nature. But I thought you guys would like the update there, just to kind of know that our driveway situation's still incomplete, and it could be better as soon as we can get some locking moisture. But from at this point on, we're just gonna have to keep grading it to kind of make sure that the rocks stay where they're supposed to, where the gravel's supposed to stay, right in the driveway, and it's not getting too pushed off the side or anything like that. So. And then as soon as we can seed some grass, that would be great. We would love to get that done before the winter comes and rolls around. So that's the update from the Colorado Homestead, folks. We'll see you at the next one. Bye.